KOCO 5 Sports with Brian Keating.
Coming up next on The Big Show,
Westbrook shook the defense.
The heartbeat for the Thunder returns on Sunday night.
Up the pace. We've seen this.
And it was just like he never left. We have team coverage on opening night at the Peak. Thunder Suns is next.
My job is just to run downhill, get the yards.
Plus, we're handing out grades for the Cowboys beat down in Lubbock. But are they back to being Big 12 title contenders?
We got a chance, you know. We're not good enough to look past the next game.
And the Sooners showdown against the Baylor Bears. Why Bob Stoops should be really nervous on Thursday night. It's next on KOCO 5 Sports. Hey everybody, welcome into The Big Show. I am Sports Director Brian Keating, and it is the moment we've been waiting for the last 6 months.
And that card, 6'3" from UCLA, number 0, Russell Westbrook.
For the first time since April 24th, Russell Westbrook back with the Thunder. A rousing ovation for the three-time All-Star. Packed house, a lot of appreciation. And listen to this, Russell Westbrook was introduced last, which is usually KD's spot. Not tonight. That goes to Russell Westbrook. And oh, by the way, we had a game on Sunday night to get ready for Thunder Suns. Thunder had beaten the Suns 10 straight times. How about that burst from Russell? First quarter to the rim, and then again. Hey, does he look healthy to you? Thunder trailed by 3 after 1, though. Second quarter, Kevin Durant got a little more involved. Hey, we've seen this before. You bet. Two-hand jam, Westbrook to KD. Westbrook on the assist. Thunder, though, down 1 at halftime, 45-44. Kevin commanded more in the second half. Tough shot in the paint. Thunder didn't shoot it well, only 42%. Second half, though, started getting to the basket a little bit easier when you're shooting it from here. In transition, Russell to Kevin. Good luck guarding this. Westbrook had 7 assists. Thunder up 4 in the third. Second half, Russ, I think he started to feel more comfortable showing off the Jets. Finished with 21 points, had 4 rebounds. Close game in the fourth quarter, though. OKC had to make plays. Guess who? You bet. Kevin Durant for 3. Thunder up 4 with 4 minutes to play. He would close it out at the rim. Russell with the drive. No. Kevin, yes. Thunder win it 103-96, and Durant finished with 33 points, had 10 rebounds. Nice little way to rebound after losing to Minnesota on Friday, and a nice start to the home season for the Thunder. They are now 1-0 in Oklahoma City. Right now, let's take you downtown to the Peak. We've got team coverage tonight. Carson Cunningham was in the locker room after the game. What's going on, Carson?
Tell you, Brian, it was kind of remarkable watching Russell out there again. It's like he never left. He was just as explosive, just as fast as he's always been. But in the locker room, Russell admitted he was a little rusty. He only shot 31%, but he said he felt good in his first game back, and he's not worried about knocking off the rust moving forward.
I'm comfortable, very comfortable. I'm making any move I want. I made some easy ones that I usually make, but that will come. Practice, got 2 days, so I'm good.
It was just good for him to be back. I know how much he loves the game, and for him to to come out and do something he loves after being out for so long. It was just great to see him, and the crowd was great, man. It was unbelievable. Classic group of fans that just was always behind him and accepted him so well tonight. It was cool to see.
So, Brian, Russell has now started every game in franchise history here at the Peak. That's 198 straight starts. That's a streak we didn't think he would keep going this year, but he's back, and the Thunder are in the win column. We'll send it back to you.
All right, you bet. I said we had team coverage tonight. Abigail Ogle joins us now here. Not just Russell tonight. A lot of things happening for the Thunder. It was opening night at the Peak. What impressed you the most?
Well, Brian, Russell Westbrook, not the only Thunder point guard to get some attention tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
The NBA veteran Derek Fisher, he came up big down the stretch. 9 points, 2 steals, and plus 14 in that plus-minus category. That was the Thunder's highest. And some clutch plays for the NBA veteran. Number 6 is shooting about 44% from the field. That's higher than KD, Serge, Reggie, Jeremy Lamb, and Tabo.
The guy is a winner. He plays inspiring ball. He had 2 plays that nobody will ever talk about, but they were a big part of the win tonight.
He was aggressive, and that and one was a big-time play. We trust Fish with every decision, especially in the fourth quarter. And Russell gave up his body, A few times kicked it out to him. He made some great decisions and got to the rim a little bit, and kind of best the game open for us.
Kind of hard to believe the 5-time NBA champs been playing since 1996.
I know, forever. Thunder win it tonight. Coming up next, we will grade the Cowboys. A lot of passing grades. You got to think right after Saturday night.
Gotta
it's
think so.
next. Yeah, on the Big Show. Stay here.
Quarterback draw. He's got running room and a first down. Watch out! Clint Shelf. He's got get away from the clock speed. Touchdown.
What a call. Just like you imagine it, right? Clint Shelf rumbling 67 yards. Cowboys beat the Red Raiders 52-34 in front of the largest crowd ever to see a ball game in Lubbock. Went home very disappointed. Brian Keating, Abigail Ogle back with you on the Big Show tonight. Hey, let's hand out some grades tonight. Clint Shelf, a couple of touchdowns, did have the 2 picks, ran for 2 touchdowns. What do you got grade-wise for Clint Shelf?
I'm going to have to say a B+. He did just about everything right. The only thing making me give him a B are the 2 picks. One of them was a pick 6. But you got to hand it to the guy. He stayed composed. He was poised when his job was taken away at the beginning of the season. He's not even supposed to be the running quarterback. That wasn't J.W. Walsh.
You're right.
That was Clint.
Okay, I got B- because when you throw 2 picks, one of them a pick 6, can't do that. Cowboys were in great position to just run away with the ball game. He throws 2 interceptions, one of them for 6 points for Texas Tech. Really kept him in the ball game. B-, he was solid, not spectacular. 2 touchdowns with his arm. I had no idea he had 2 touchdowns to go with his feet. B-, not bad.
Tough teacher, okay.
Hey, Cowboy running game, 281 yards. They had 5 touchdowns on the ground. What's your grade running game?
A+++++.
I like it.
I love Rennie Childs, Desmond Rowland, 2 very different types of running backs. And then they got Jeremy Smith involved too. I loved it.
Desmond Rowland, I think, has established himself as a legitimate feature back. You know, he can take the pounding, a big guy, physical, ran for 96 yards. And you're right, Rennie Childs, when they put him in at the end of the ballgame, speed, change of pace, I think at some point towards the end of the year, solid A. Not an A plus, solid A. A lot of points on Saturday, 52 of them. Cowboys offense grade.
I went with just an A.
An A.
They won the game. They racked up a ton of points, tons of yards, and I think we need to give it to Mike Yurcich. He's been catching a little bit of flack. I thought he called a great game. I love that they went to Josh Stewart 4 or 5 times in a row. I thought this offense was clicking well, and they had the run game going and the pass game going.
A-. They went down there to win. They had guts. They went for it twice on 4th down. They had the flea flicker. A-, A+ Mike Yurcich. Mike Gundy like Clint Shelf.
He was much better tonight than he was in Iowa, in my opinion, without watching tape. You have a glaring mistake when you throw it to the other team and they run it in for a touchdown. But for the most part, he made some big plays. He made some throws. He continues to run the ball effectively and helps our football team when he's running the ball.
Cowboys win. They are now 4-1 in the Big 12.
I still can't get over that Clint play with. He got some wheels.
You know, they still got games with Texas, Baylor, Oklahoma. Ooh. I'm going to ask you something a little strange here. What's the grade if I were to say the Cowboys finally have arrived as a Big 12 title contender?
Ooh, that one's going to be a C.
C.
It could go either way. They have to win in Austin in a couple weeks. You mentioned Baylor and OU. They come to Boone Pickens Stadium. That's huge for OSU. If they win in Austin, I think they have a shot.
I'm going to give them a B because they got home games with Baylor and Oklahoma. And this is to be a contender. And listen to this. They've lost 1 home game since September of 2009. Mike Gundy says, I think we got a shot.
We got a chance, you know. We're not good enough to look past the next game, but our team's improving.
Well, I feel like we've been playing good these last few games, but we got a tough road ahead of us, and we can't get complacent in the things that we're doing because the team's going to come out and try to stop us. So, I mean, we got to get better each day, and that's what it's going to come down to.
Cowboys win in Lubbock. All right, stay with us on the big show. We are breaking down the Sooners and Baylor Bears. We got it from every angle imaginable. Pick 5's coming up. Welcome back to the show tonight. Sports Director Brian Keating alongside Abigail Ogle. Hey, you know there's a big game on Thursday, excuse me.
Is there?
Yeah, Sooners and Baylor Bears, yeah.
Oh,
Pick
yeah,
5 time.
big game.
Hey, we're going to play a little game tonight. It's called What's the Word? Here you go.
For us to be able to show that we can, launch deep one, they have to respect that. That's big for this offense. It's big for Blake and the receiving core. So that was a big play in the game and a big play for us moving forward.
So you're going to have more of those. Pick one. Quarterback question. Blake Bell has to be blank for the Sooners to beat Baylor.
Blake Bell has to be courageous. He has to not be afraid to make big throws down the field like we just saw him do against Tech a few times. He's going to have to keep up with the Baylor's high-speed scoring offense. They're going to have to play with them.
Blake Bell has to be Bradford-esque to beat Baylor. They're going to have to score points. Let's be honest
exactly.
here.
And quickly.
His last 3 ball games, he's completing about 56%, but just 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions his last 3 ball games. I mean, he's got to be a big-time quarterback to beat the Baylor Bears because as good as OU's defense think they have a chance to be, they're going to have to score some points. He's got to play his best game as quarterback. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. He's going to have to play his best game at quarterback for OU to beat Baylor.
Plays like
that's the bottom line.
If he plays like he did at Tech, will they win?
They got to no. He's got a chance to do that. Defending the Baylor Bears, tough job, no doubt about that. Sooners came out today. They start today a 2-2 touchdown underdog.
It just goes back into the beginning of the year when everybody had us wrote off anyway. Hearing that again, I feel like we kind of lost sight of that, in some areas. But, to get that talked about it's not, especially as a competitor, you don't like that. So, it just brings extra motivation to the game.
Pick 2, Abigail. The OU defense will have to be blank against the Baylor offense.
I think the OU defense will be exposed.
Exposed, okay.
Unfortunately, no Corey left a monstrous hole in the secondary, which is not good against the #1 offense in the country. And up front on defense, without Jordan Phillips, that's not a good recipe. I think they're going to be exposed.
The OU defense will be looking for oxygen against the Baylor offense. And you look at the Baylor offense, you talk about the #1 team in the country scoring offense, almost 64 points a game. #1 pass offense, #1 in total offense, #8 in rushing offense. They run for 300 yards a game.
Yeah, no one talks about their rushing game. They all talk about their passing game.
And they're going to play fast. They're going to snap it, looking for oxygen. They got a tough task. There's no way around saying that.
Sooners
no
a
doubt about
double-point
that.
underdog, and it might turn out that
Baylor
way.
scores more than any team in the country. 64 game. We just said it. A lot of good players though in this game.
Numbers don't lie, production doesn't lie. Those guys are the best, man. And then, they make me look a lot better than I am. So, it's fun to throw to them. It has nothing to do with who we're playing, when we're playing, or where we're playing. It's just about us focusing and executing the way we know how.
All right, the answer to this could be Bryce Petty. Pick 4, blank, will be the best player on the field on Thursday.
That guy right there, number 5, Antoine Goodley, averages 24 yards per catch. Now compare that to Jalen Saunders, OU's leading receiver. He averages just 12.5. Goodley, 869 yards so far this season. Jalen, 431.
It's going to be this guy. It's going to be Lake Seastrunk. He's the best player, I think, in the Big 12 regardless. I think he's the best player at any position. He averages 125 yards a game on the ground. Doesn't sound like a bunch, but he plays a half. He does that in a half. He averages 9 yards a carry. We keep talking about the Baylor offense. We keep talking about the Baylor offense. I don't know how Oklahoma's going to stop it.
Interesting,
that
neither of
kid's
us picked Bryce Petty. No, he is surrounded by a lot of weapons, but he's good himself.
Lake Seastrunk, he's going to be the best player on the field, I think.
It'll be, he's a monster.
He is. Might be the biggest game in Baylor football, I don't know, in about 50 years. They've called for a blackout. They're wearing black uniforms, black helmets, and they've taken out the end zone tarp.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I think it's great. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for Baylor and the university and the fan base. So and our players, especially. So it's exciting.
All right, tarp is gone. That means pick 4. The Baylor tarp will be blank on Thursday night.
I think the Baylor tarp's going to be replaced by OU fans. Seriously, so many OU fans travel. They travel well. They traveled well to Notre Dame. If they traveled well there, they're going to travel well to Waco. It's going to be replaced by some Sooner fans.
The Baylor tarp will be memorialized. Yeah, I'm almost disappointed. I'm disappointed that it's not going to be there because we've grown up in the Big 12 with Baylor being the doormat It's sort of a happier world when you just knew you were going to go to Waco and you were going to pound them into submission. That no one was going to be there. That you had the tarp. There were plenty of seats available, and now they're the favorite in the Big 12, memorialized as something in the past.
Changing
because
of the
Baylor,
guards.
no question, Baylor is here, and I think they're here to stay at least as long as Art
That
Briles
tarp was
is still
so
there.
lame, though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
memorialized. Thursday night, number 8 Oklahoma, number 5 Baylor. Get your popcorn ready.
You know, they're the best in the Big 12. We're the best in the Big 12. We want to get that matchup. So, you know, it's time for us to prove, you know, what this team's about and what this team can do.
Baylor has a lot of national attention now with all those points they're putting up and all the playmakers they have. So, it would look great for us to come out and just really stop all that.
Decision time. Who you got? Pick 5. Sooners will leave Waco blank on Thursday night.
First of all, I want to preface this by saying I don't think OU is going to get blown out, but they will leave Waco silent. And I say that because the last time they got beat against Texas, they said their bus ride home was silent. So take that.
Okay, all right. Sooners will leave Waco out of title contention.
Big 12 title contention.
Big 12 title contention. Yeah, we keep talking about the Baylor offense. I don't know how good their defense is. I know they haven't been in a lot of close games. I know their schedule hasn't been that great. But I look at the weapons. I look at what Baylor did to finish last season. I look at what they've done this season out of title contention. The Baylor Bears.
I will say this, though. They haven't played any ranked teams. They haven't played barely any winning teams. It could be a lot closer than people are thinking.
All right, we're not done here. Stay with us. You know who's winning the internet? We've talked a lot about them. We will tell you after the break. Who's winning the internet?
Happy Halloween!
It's the Halloween for the Sooner football team. That's in
the
the locker room.
costumes. You can't beat that.
Hey, I'm just bummed Bob Stoops didn't dress up, but he's standing next to Josh Heupel. That is spectacular.
Oh my gosh, Batman.
Happy Halloween, Sooner football. They won the internet.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you later.